Good evening. Can I ask you all to stand as we welcome our class of recruits? I'd ask you to remain standing while we post the colors by the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard. That will be followed by our invocation by Sheriff Rick Wells. Honor Guard, please post the colors. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please bow your head. Father, we give you all the praise and honor today as we begin this ceremony, as we gather here today to celebrate this special event. We are thankful to you and to all those who have worked so hard for this moment, Father. We ask that this day be a day of reflection and celebration, Father. May we remember the deeper meanings of this day as we share this time with one another. And we ask all of this in your precious name. Amen.
You join me in showing our appreciation to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard and posting our colors. Be seated. Good evening again. I am Director Jay Romine from the Law Enforcement Program at MTC. It's great to see all of you here tonight on what is a great night of celebration that I know that many of you have been looking forward to for a long time. This class started back on January 21st, and they've been preparing for tonight since then. I know our recruits and our family members have been preparing for this from way before that time. So I urge you tonight to make this a night of celebration. These recruits deserve to be celebrated. And I will just tell you right off the bat right now that our 16 recruits that you see sitting here tonight, every single one of them has already passed the state officer certification exam and they are ready to go to work. So that should be applauded. We have several special guests with us tonight, and I want to acknowledge them and introduce them. Certainly, hope I don't miss anybody, but if I do, it's not intentional, and we'll try to get you all covered because I know you've made the effort to be here, and I know it means a lot for you to be here tonight. We are certainly honored to have our interim superintendent, Mr. Kevin Chapman, with us. We also have Deputy Superintendent Derek Jensen. We have 3 school board members with us tonight. Starting with Ms. Heather Felton and School Board Member Cindy Spray. And last but not least, Mr. Richard Tatum. We do appreciate all of their support that they have given not only the Law Enforcement Academy, but all of MTC, and that is very much appreciated. I'm going to introduce to you the people that are seated on the stage behind me, and you will hear from a couple of three of those as we move in through the program tonight. But to my immediate left is our MTC director, Mr. Doug Wagner. Next to him is our executive director of adult career and technical education, Dr. Paul Gansmer. You've already heard from Sheriff Rick Wells from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and you will hear from him again. We are pleased to have him as our keynote speaker tonight, and I think you will enjoy his remarks that he makes to our recruits tonight. Next to him is my boss, who makes my job much easier and actually makes it fun to go to work every day, and I appreciate her support of our program. That's Dr. Jennifer Gilray. Next to her is my coordinator that runs all of our day-to-day activities in the academy, and that's Ms. Leslie Chevalier. And next to her, our lead instructor, who spends a great deal of his time dealing with the recruits and working with the recruits, and that's Mr. Jake Merrill. I never can say enough about our advisory board, and all the programs at MTC, they all have very active and supportive advisory boards. And ours has been so supportive of this program over all of the years that we could not do this without them. They are our employers. They guide us through the program and how they want to see the program done. They are very hands-on and active, and I appreciate it, and I want to recognize each one of them. Our vice chair is Chief John Cosby from the Braden Beach Police Department. From the Holmes Beach Police Department, Chief Bill Tokager. And we have, standing in for our chair, Chief Tyler from Palmetto, Captain Lorenzo Waiters from Palmetto Police Department. And from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Captain Kerry Chapman. And I purposely left this one to last, just because I have a couple of comments I want to make. Chief Melanie Bevan from the Braden Police Department. This will be Chief Bevan's last graduation with us as the Chief of the Braden Police Department. She's retiring next month after only 39 years in this business, 39 stellar years between the St. Pete Police Department and the Braden Police Department, and she has been on our advisory board and a very active member of our advisory board for the last 9 years. And she's been a pleasure to work with and alongside, which is, yes, most times, 95% of the time. But obviously we have had a great working relationship, as is evidenced by our brand new training facility out east that hopefully you have read about for our firearms training and our driving pad. For the first time ever, we have our own facility, and that was a partnership with the city of Braden that wouldn't have been possible without that partnership. So Chief Bevan, we wish you the best, and we're going to miss you. Gave her the opportunity to speak, and she passed, so that could be the first time she hasn't had anything to say, but we do wish you well. We have a lot of our instructors with us here tonight. If I tried to name every one of them, I know I'd miss somebody, and I don't want to do that, because the reason these recruits are sitting up here on the stage tonight, and the reason that all 16 of them have passed the state exam already, is because of the instructors, which are the heart and soul of our academy. So if you instructed at any point during the last 6 months in this academy, I would ask that you stand and be recognized. I'm going to point one out individually and give him some accolades, as I always try to do, because they are very well deserved, is our state attorney, Mr. Ed Brodsky, who is here with us tonight. And I say that because the legal block in our academy is a very challenging block. And for the last several years, Ed has graciously not only provided his staff, his assistant state attorneys to come and teach, in the academy, the legal block, and also assist with a couple of our other blocks. But Ed himself comes out and teaches, and I can't ever tell him how much I appreciate that and how much that means, not just to me and to the other instructors, but to all of these recruits sitting over here, that they have an opportunity to right off the bat build that relationship with the state attorney, not only the assistant state attorneys, but the state attorney himself. I'd probably been in this business for 15 years before I ever met an actual state attorney. And so, Ed, we appreciate that very much, and we always appreciate your support and your assistance. And everybody does very well in the legal block too, by the way, which is one of the more difficult ones. So I've got a few staff members here I want to point out and recognize them too in particular that kind of make all of this happen for this program tonight. Is my administrative assistant, Ms. Kristen Tamby. And our program secretary, Ms. Darla Walker. I want to take the opportunity to thank Tim Beckering and David Rooks for being here tonight to take our pictures, so that you'll see them coming down and taking pictures of our recruits as they receive their awards and they receive their certificates. And Jim's really good about getting those up on the website pretty quick, so you can go on MTC's website. I'm not going to give you an infomercial or anything, but you can go on the website, you can pull those pictures up and see them, and he does an excellent job for us, so we do appreciate that very, very much. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge one other person. If any of you, if this is the first time you've ever been in this facility, I think you'll agree this is a beautiful Class A facility to hold this in, and they've been so gracious to us over the last few years to allow us to come here and hold our graduation ceremony here, and we could not do it without the support, even in the summer when school's out. And we have the support of Parish Community High School. Thank you very much for that, Paul. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. If you did, you can yell at me afterwards. And so at this time, I want to briefly introduce Mr. Doug Wagner to you, but I just want to make a couple other comments about Doug. I don't know if it's something in the water or what on these retirements, but Doug, I can't even begin to describe how much he has supported this program over the years. And we would not be where we are today without his support. And this is going to be Doug's last graduation. Doug has announced that after 35 years in public education, he is retiring in August. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to personally thank him for everything that he's done for me and for our academy and for MTC. So Doug, thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you.
Mr. Doug Wagner.
Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I appreciate those kind words. So, good evening and welcome. So, Manatee Technical College. So, we're the largest technical college in the entire state of Florida. We have over 50 different programs. And tonight we're here for our law enforcement, which, by the way, is the toughest program to get in out of all of our 50 programs. In addition, we believe it's the toughest program to get into of the 47 certified law enforcement training centers across the state of Florida. So just getting into the program is a huge deal, much less making it onto the stage tonight. So we're very proud of all of our graduates. You know, the mission of Manatee Technical College is to produce highly skilled individuals and resourceful leaders through collaborative education to meet the ever-changing needs of our communities and our workforce. To our graduates, we have met our mission. They are highly skilled and resourceful leaders, and that's why we're here tonight, to celebrate each and every one of you, as we truly believe we have the very best training program in the entire state of Florida. I would like to take a moment also to recognize somebody here tonight who's done great things through his whole career. He was actually the recipient of the Florida Law Enforcement Officers Hall of Fame Award in 2021. He's been a long-time chief of police. And most importantly, for those of us who are up on the stage here tonight, he's our MTC law enforcement director. So let's give Mr. Jay Romine a round of applause for all that he's done to make this the best possible. On behalf of the School District of Manatee County and Manatee Technical College, Congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. And I'd like to hear now from Dr. Paul Gansmer.
Good evening. It's great to see you all here tonight. My name is Paul Gansmer. I'm the Executive Director for Adult Career and Technical Education, which means I work with all of our programs that deal with career and technical education programs, 6th grade through 12th grade, as well as working with MTC. So I sit with the superintendent on his cabinet, and so he wants to extend his greetings to you tonight, and we appreciate you being here tonight, Superintendent, and school board members as well as our Deputy Superintendent who's over this program as well. So I feel that this program, we give a lot of support to it as much as we can, and you can see it through not only the school board and through our staff, at the upper levels of the district, but also with their advisory board. So advisory board members, thank you very much for all that you do as well. So hopefully there'll be an open house or something for all of us to be able to go see the law enforcement range. Of course, now Mr. Romine's kicking me in the leg saying, shh, we're not gonna be doing that right now. So, but it'd be great to have maybe an open house or something for everyone to come see. Not to participate, so no driving around in the cars, and don't bring anything to be, practicing out the shooting range. But it's something great that has happened, and I know Mr. Romine has been working on that for many years. 18, I was close. So that was one of his goals that he wanted to do, is to be able to have that for the program. And that's why MTC has the best program in Florida, not only because of our director, but also because of the range and the support from the community. So thank you from the community, and want to thank all the family and friends that are here tonight to be able to support the cadets for all that they've done to go through the program. We appreciate you being here, and we know there's a lot of sacrifice that you've done for them to be able to be here. And up here, it's really a great opportunity to be able to see everybody, because you see lots of uniforms and you see lots of badges. So there's a lot of support within the family as well. Cadets, we want to say thank you very much for all that you've done. We want to tell you how proud we are of what you're going to be doing. And I want to say personally for myself that I appreciate the sacrifice that you're going to be able to do for our community to keep us safe. And we thank you for that, and we just pray safety over you, that you stay safe the whole time. But we thank you for all that you do. We congratulate you for your accomplishments and what you're going to be able to do as a graduate tonight. So thank you very much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Dr. Gansmer. At this time, it is my distinct honor and privilege. We always enjoy hearing from the sheriff. He's always very gracious about stepping up and offering to speak at these, and I think it really means a lot to the recruits to hear what he has to say, because they're going to hear a lot of good advice from him. So my advice to you right off the bat is listen and pay attention. So it's my honor to introduce not just my sheriff and your sheriff, but my longtime friend, Sheriff Rick Wells from Manatee County Sheriff's Office.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I'm going to move this podium around a little bit so I can talk to these brand new law enforcement officers. I do want to thank Chief Evan. This is a sad moment for all of us. You have been a true friend. I consider you kind of like a sister that I never wanted. But it's been great. I really am. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your family. Congratulations to your son, who just became a deputy at the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. That's awesome. That's because of you and everything that you have taught him throughout the years. So congratulations, and hopefully we'll get to see you sooner than later. All right. Let me start off by congratulating each and every one of you for a job well done. I don't know if you can truly understand how special you are. I can tell you just from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, we go through 240, 250 applicants every academy class to get what you see here today. It's very difficult to get through the screening process and to be here. So you've already shown all of us that you have what it takes to do this job, to be part of this profession, and to help others in our community. Now, I don't know why you chose this profession, but I'm glad that you did, because we need you. You truly do have an opportunity to help someone each and every day that you work. That is not a lie. That is the truth. It just really depends on whether or not you take that opportunity to truly help them. You're going to go through a lot each and every day, every shift. That's why we chose this profession. We want variety. You could be sitting on a perimeter at a homicide scene. Next, you could be helping a loved one find a senior citizen who has left the home and hasn't come back. Or you could be called to assist a victim advocate to inform a loved one that someone that's very close to them has passed. A lot can go on in a 12-hour shift. When you sit down to eat, when you finally get that break, that 10:40 break, people are going to come up to you. Small children will come up to you and ask you 100 questions about what you're wearing and want to see your gun, your taser, your handcuffs, your bullets, your shoes. That's the good part. You're going to be judged. We are judged each and every day by the media, by our peers, by everyone around us. You become immune to that. It's part of the job. No one will judge you harder than the public, because the citizens expect us to do the right thing every day, every call, every moment. And they'll be the first to criticize us when we don't do the right thing. And even though we're criticizing as well, they'll let us know how disappointed they are in us. But they will be the first to commend you for a job well done. They will buy your meals. They will come to your districts. They will let you know how much they appreciate you. We live in a great county, y'all. We are supported by the citizens of Manatee County. I can promise you that. Now, you're going to come in contact with 50, 60 plus people every month. It'll become a routine because we're going from one call to the next call, one situation to another bad situation. But I want you to remember that that contact that you're having with the public at that time, even though you have dealt with 20 different calls that day, this may be the first contact this person has ever had with law enforcement. And the way that you treat them will be the way that they view all of us. You follow me? So they're going to either love us or not be very happy with us because of the way that you treated them. I used to say when I would stand up here and give this speech, always act like you're on camera, like someone's watching. But God dog it, we are on camera, no matter what we do. There is always someone watching. We got body cams, we got cameras in here, we got cameras in the parking lot. I mean, we're always being looked upon, right? But that shouldn't matter. You need to treat people with respect no matter what, each and every day. We have family here tonight. if one of your loved ones was being stopped or had an emergency and law enforcement was there, how would you want us to treat them? How would you want law enforcement to treat your family? And if we didn't treat them with respect, would you be angry? I would be. Every person that we deal with has a family member, a loved one, someone that cares about them. It's really not that difficult. Some people put on this badge and believe that this badge gives them the power to just arrest people and treat them with disrespect. That's not the purpose of this job. That's not why we wear the badge. We wear the badge to help victims, to help those that need our assistance. The best deputies that I have, some of the best deputies, barely weigh over 100 pounds. You know why that is? Because they can communicate. When they go to a call, they listen. The best advice I can give you tonight is that when you go to a call and you're dealing with people, first thing you need to do is shut up. You need to listen. Don't think that you can figure out what's going on from a computer screen, that you already got it figured out before you get there. You don't know when you get there who the good guy is, who the bad guy is, who the aggressor is. You don't know. You've got to listen. Be a great communicator. Be a better listener. You'll pick up on things that you can't hear if you're trying to talk over people. Respect, respect, respect. There's a lot of good things you can do. There's a lot of people you can help. Take care of your mental well-being. When I started 41 years ago, all these uniformed personnel in here that are old, like Chief Bevan and I, will tell you that we never discussed mental health. It was suck it up, buttercup. No matter what happened, you got to deal with it, move on. That was the wrong way to handle things, and we don't do that anymore. You got to take care of yourself. Have a hobby. Have an outlet. If all your friends, all the people you hang around with, when you're off or talking 10 codes, find some new friends. You got to have an outlet. Families, they're going to miss holidays. They're going to miss special occasions. But here's what I would ask you. Does it matter what day we have Thanksgiving? Can we not hold off on that turkey maybe the day before, the day after, so we can all be together? That's how we do it. We make sure that we're all together to celebrate. And if we got to open up presents at 11 o'clock at night, because that's what time we get home, that's when we open presents. But keep them in the loop, y'all. Doesn't matter when we eat that turkey, as long as we eat that turkey together. Doesn't matter when we celebrate that birthday, as long as we celebrate that birthday together. That's important. There are things that they're not going to want to talk about. We see the worst in our community, the worst. We try to do our best to shield that from you, to shield that from our family. I'm going to ask you to be there for them and listen to them and to allow them an opportunity to either discuss it or not discuss it. It took me a long time to focus on what was important and including my family in the things that was going on in my job. I would ask you to share with your family, to discuss things, to take care of you. Let them in. We do a lot better job, families, loved ones. We have peer support. We have professionals that will take care of our mental well-being. We've done a lot better. A lot more work can be done, but we are a lot more focused today on the mental health of our law enforcement officers than we were 40 years ago. And hopefully we can continue to get better, because it's important. There's a lot going on out here. We always try to shield, even though we shouldn't. And like I said, it took me a long time to get past that. I'm still not good at it. But it does help. You have an opportunity right now to do good things. I don't want you to ever forget this moment right now, you sitting here. Think about everything that you have accomplished. It's been a long road, I know. A lot of nights studying. Probably already a lot of time away from your family as you try to get past this very difficult training, but you did it. Don't allow yourself to get involved in something one day that would shatter everything you've worked so hard for. If you make a mistake, own it. We can help you. If you make a mistake, you own it, move on, we train you, we do what's necessary. It's not the end of the road. If you lie about something, it's over. We all make mistakes, every single one of us. I can tell you that you got 300 plus years of experience sitting in here. We've seen a lot, we've done a lot, we still get surprised. Things are constantly changing. You're always going to be learning. We're going to learn together. We're going to handle things together. Just stay focused on why you're here. You're going to be around people, I don't care what profession you're in, you're around people that are negative. You can give them $1 million, they want $2. Stay positive. Stay positive. You control the circumstances. You control the outlook on life. Don't let some negative Nelly tell you how you're supposed to feel. It's up to you. You can do good things. So this is all I'm going to ask you to do. When you're in that house with that victim advocate and you're consoling someone who just lost a loved one, spend as much time with them as you can to help them. When you're trying to find that senior citizen who's out here lost, remember there's a loved one somewhere that's counting on you to find them. Do your best. And when that small child comes up to you and asks you 100 questions about your gun belt and shoes and everything else, I want you to get down on one knee. I want you to look them right in the eye. I want you to answer every single question they have. Because in their eyes, you're a true superhero. And they'll love you for it. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Kind of hard to add anything to that. I think that pretty much sums it up. And if y'all listen and you follow that advice that you just got, you can have a long, successful career in this business. Thank you, Sheriff. I appreciate that. I told the class tonight, I talked to them briefly for a couple of minutes before we started. And I don't say this to every class, but I told them, I said, I'm going to tell you, y'all as a group are one of the best groups we've had come through this academy. And we've had some good ones. We've had some great classes. But they have really been a pleasure to have. And I asked them, I said, what do you think the one thing is that I do not like in the Law Enforcement Academy? And every one of them almost in unison said what? Drama. We don't like drama. This class has pretty much just been drama-free. I told them, I said, you've been great. We've really enjoyed having them. They've done very, very well academically, which I will talk a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. But you know, a lot of that has to do with leadership. And I'm not talking about just the leadership from the staff, from me, from the coordinators, from the instructors. That comes from within in that group. And with every class, we choose a class leader. And that class leader represents us in that classroom. And when you have a good class leader, you have the type of group and the cohesiveness that we had with this particular group without all the drama to go with it. And it's a big responsibility to take on. You've heard us talking already about how tough this academy is academically. And you add on top of that the responsibility of being the class leader, and that's really a feather in somebody's cap that they will take that on and they will do that. And this particular class was so fortunate to have as their class leader, Mr. Austin Ober. You did a great job. Come forward, please.
All right. Thank you for that kind introduction, and thank you to Coordinator Chevalier, Lead Instructor Merrill, and the entire MTC staff for your dedication and hard work guiding us through this course. To our families and friends, thank you for your unwavering support. Your encouragement has been our strength, and your belief in us has been our motivation. Tonight, we share this award with you, or achievement. To my fellow classmates, we did it. It feels like just yesterday we were walking through those academy doors for the first time. Perhaps a little nervous, maybe a little unsure, but definitely filled with the desire to serve. As we step out into our respective agencies, let's remember the vital lessons we've learned, not just in the classroom, but from each other. Remember the power of teamwork, the importance of empathy, and the unwavering need for integrity in every decision we make. The badge we soon will wear is more than a symbol of authority. It's an emblem, a sacred emblem of the trust our communities place in us. And that's a trust we must earn every single day. It has been an absolute honor to stand shoulder to shoulder with each of you. We have come this far together, and I have no doubt that each one of you will make a significant difference within the communities you will serve. Go forth with courage, compassion, and the commitment to excellence. The future of our profession rests in our hands. Congratulations, everyone. Let's go out there and make our communities not just safe, but proud. Thank you.
We have a few special awards that we want to give out to a couple of individuals for their performance while they were in the academy. And for the most part, they don't know who's getting those awards, as they're always a surprise, but we're going to start off with the reasons that I just said. We want to give a special recognition to our class leader, Austin Ober. Our next one is called the Top Gun Award, and I think we finally ran out of those caps that said Top Gun on them, and I'm so glad we did. But it is an honor to receive this award. We go through rigorous firearms training, and you usually get two different kinds of recruits coming in. Some that will say, be very honest and open and say, I've never even held a gun before, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're more than willing to learn and be taught by our experts, which we have a great team of firearms instructors on our staff. Or they come in the opposite. I've been shooting a gun since I was 6 years old. There's nothing you can teach me. We end up teaching them more than we do the ones that come in and have never done it before. But it is a healthy competition on who ends up being the best shooter or the top gun in the class. In this particular case, it was Nicholas Rizzi. I still have any NASCAR fans in here besides Steve? Yeah. Well, I'm going to talk about that. We give an award to our best driver in the Academy class, and when I first came here, it was known as the Dale Earnhardt Award, which I love Dale Earnhardt. But my first executive decision I made was changing the name of that, and I can promise you it was not changed to the Joey Logano Award. I can't stand that guy. But sorry if you're a fan, I just don't like the guy. But now it's our Best Driver Award is known as the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Award, and we are proud to present that to Gabriel Ornelas. The last special individual award that we are going to give out, which is arguably the hardest to earn. You've heard several of us talk already about how rigorous this program is, both physically and academically. We tell them all when they come in, you're not in high school anymore, and you're not in a college class anymore where, you know, a C is okay, C is satisfactory. My daughter said that to me one time and never again, when she said, well, C means satisfactory. Not in our house, it's not. So that doesn't cut it in the academy. They have 19 total exams at the end of each chapter of instruction that they have to, by FDLE rule, this is not MTC rule, this is FDLE rule, they have to score an 80% or above to pass that exam. They get one makeup during the course of those 19 exams. If they pass the makeup and they never fail another one, they're good to go. But if they fail another one and they get a 79, they're done. Whether that's the second test or the last test. That's pretty tough to do. This class was absolutely great academically. I will tell you that our class average in here was a 94.5, and they should be commended for that. But we do give out a academic award to the highest GPA, and I am thrilled to tell you that with a average of 98.4 was Orion Doak. Well, now enough of all of that stuff. Let's get to the real reason why you all came tonight, right? And why they're sitting over there with their hands on their laps saying, give me the certificate so I can go celebrate with my family tonight. So I'm going to ask Ms. Chevalier and Mr. Merrill to come forward and assist me, and we're going to present those certificates. If you do want to take pictures, please do. Just we ask that you don't get in the way of our photographer that will be down here, but if you want to come down and take some as they get their certificates, feel free to do that.
Sarah Brown. She aspires to become a detective. She plans on continuing her education and majoring in psychology. She aspires to earn a spot on a task force. Abby Schmidt. She came into the academy with 14 years of experience in crime scene investigations. She chose to go to the academy to use her experience to make more of a difference in the community and make her family proud. Her goal is to learn from patrol and become a detective in the Criminal Investigations Division. Gabrielle Theophanis. She aspires to continue her education and receive a master's degree. She is eager to assist and support the community, and she is proud to be following in the footsteps of her grandfather and father before her in law enforcement. Nathaniel Graham. Prior to the academy, he competed in national powerlifting and worked in the firearm industry. He plans on completing his associate's degree and getting his bachelor's degree. He is interested in drug crimes and crimes against children. Cynthia Stillings. For the past 14 years, she has supported her family business. She aspires to become a law enforcement officer for several years and was finally able to achieve this goal. As a patrol deputy, she hopes to make a difference in her community. Jack Stapleton. He is a fifth-generation police officer. He wants to join the Marine unit, and he'd like to further his education. Dylan Lepick. He's a former corrections deputy. He wants to finish his bachelor's degree, and he wants to join the drone team. Nicholas Rizzi. Has an associate's degree in criminal justice and looks forward to continuing his education. He enjoys learning language as a hobby, and he chose to enter law enforcement to join his father and his sister. Gabriel Ornelas. He was born in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He speaks native Portuguese and Spanish. Prior to law enforcement, he was a law enforcement officer in the state of Georgia, and he's a 10-year Army veteran. Emilio Suriel. He's a former retail store manager. His education is still ongoing and aspiring to complete bachelor's degree in psychology, striving to join the Sarasota Community Response Team and strengthen the ties with the Hispanic community. Orion Doak. He was born and raised in Elmira, Michigan. He has served in the Army National Guard for over 4 years and is looking forward to continuing to serve his city, state, and country. Pedro Wallace. He aspires to serve on the K-9 unit. He chose law enforcement not only to serve others, but also to make his family and future children proud. He enjoys fitness and reading to stay grounded. Tristan Sarney. He has a Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice, is a helicopter pilot in the U.S. Army Reserves, has aspirations of joining the drone team. Austin Oburn. He's a former corrections deputy. His hobbies are boating and fishing, and his end goal is to retire healthy. Manuel Reyes. He was in the Army for 8 years. He enjoys his family time and fishing. One of his goals is to earn a Bachelor's of Business Administration. Gustavo Gonzalez. He is a former personal trainer, kickboxing coach, and soccer player. He plans on continuing his education and finishing his bachelor's degree and aspires to earn a spot on the SWAT team.
We've been around them for 6 months, and I still enjoy hearing everything they've already accomplished in their lives and hear what their goals are and where they're wanting to go from here, and I have no doubt that they're going to be able to accomplish those. Join me in giving all of them another round of applause. As you've heard several times tonight, how important, probably arguably nothing more important in our business, in our law enforcement world, than your reputation, your integrity, and your credibility. If you lose that, you're done, anywhere, but especially in this business. So what I like to do to kind of start wrapping up the program for the night is administer to our, I'm not going to even call them recruits anymore, I'm going to call them graduates, administer to them the IACP, the International Association of Chiefs of Police Law Enforcement Oath of Honor. That concludes our program for tonight. I know you're all very proud and you're very eager to celebrate with your loved ones here, and they deserve to be celebrated tonight. What I am going to ask is that you stand. And allow our now MTC Law Enforcement Academy graduates to exit the building.